The story of Wicked is not about good versus evil. It's about who gets to write the history, and this final trailer just revealed how tragic Elphaba and Glinda's story will truly become. This isn't just a teaser. The Wicked, for good final trailer, is a thesis statement from director Jon Chu. It establishes the film's magnificent spectacle, but more importantly, it confirms the film's narrative commitment to the complexity of female friendship and political deception. We're going to break down the trailer's core narrative promises, the powerful chemistry between Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba and Ariana Grande's Glinda, the visual language that establishes Oz's oppressive political system, and the heartbreaking moment that defines their split. Decoding the narrative promises, the trailer is meticulously crafted to set up a narrative of inevitability. We know where this story ends, with Glinda the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West. The trailer's goal is to make us believe how they get there, focusing every visual cue on the central theme: perspective shapes destiny. 1. The power of the friendship. The trailer dedicates significant time to the joyful, chaotic beginning of the relationship. This is the foundation upon which the entire tragedy is built. The chemistry between Erivo and Grande is palpable, establishing a genuine, almost sisterly love. The narrative promise here is clear. The audience must believe that this friendship is powerful enough to withstand the political forces of Oz. When we see the moment Elphaba and Glinda lock eyes during the popular sequence, the trailer is telling us that Elphaba's transformation into the Wicked Witch will hurt Glinda more than anyone else, and vice versa. The inclusion of the soaring high notes in their performances, particularly Erivo's belt during the gravity sequence, is not just vocal spectacle, it is a narrative anchor. The power of their voices is meant to equal the power of their bond, ensuring that their eventual separation carries maximum emotional devastation. 2. The visual language of political corruption. The trailer quickly introduces the central antagonist, the seemingly benevolent yet deeply oppressive regime of the Wizard. The production design is crucial here. Oz is bright, shiny, and seemingly perfect, but the narrative reveals the rot underneath. The key visual evidence is the animals. We see the caged flying monkey and the distress of Dr. Dillamond. This establishes the political stakes. Elphaba's initial drive is not about witchcraft, it's about social justice and animal rights. She is an idealist in a world governed by cynicism. The trailer sets up a powerful narrative contrast. Glinda is drawn to the allure of the regime, popularity, acceptance, while Elphaba is repulsed by its injustice. The narrative is telling us that the Wicked Witch of the West label is a product of state-sponsored propaganda. Elphaba's commitment to justice is what makes her an enemy of the state, not an inherent evilness. 3. The introduction of Fiyero and the love triangle. The Fiyero character, played by Jonathan Bailey, is introduced not just as a love interest, but as the catalyst for realization. He disrupts the dynamic, forcing both women to confront their true feelings and desires. For Glinda, Fiyero represents the status quo she longs for: charm, popularity, and acceptance. For Elphaba, he represents a rare connection built on genuine understanding, looking past her green skin. The trailer hints at the complexity of their relationship, confirming that the love triangle is messy, but not the sole cause of the tragedy. It is a complication that further isolates Elphaba, pushing her toward the Wizard and ultimately into conflict with Glinda, who is competing for the life the Wizard represents. The problem. The central problem established by the trailer is that Elphaba's integrity is incompatible with the power structure of Oz. Her challenge is twofold: political survival. She has seen the Wizard's deceit and is now marked as a revolutionary. She must escape the system designed to silence her. Emotional survival. She must choose between her truth and her best friend, Glinda, who is simultaneously ascending within the corrupt system Elphaba is fighting. The trailer sets up the inevitable split with great tension. How can a friendship survive when one person is trying to tear down the world the other desperately wants to join?
The transformation and the lie. The trailer uses the gravity sequence to illustrate Elphaba's narrative apotheosis. When she discovers her true power, she doesn't just gain abilities, she gains radical isolation. She flies away from the crowd, away from the system, and away from Glinda. The key to the Wicked narrative is Glinda's active choice. The trailer shows Glinda watching Elphaba fly, and Glinda is faced with the instantaneous choice: join her friend in revolution or remain grounded in the safety and popularity of Oz. Glinda chooses to stay. This single defining moment creates the ultimate dramatic irony. Glinda chooses the lie of popularity over the truth of friendship. This is the moment the narrative tells us the wizard's propaganda wins its biggest victory, using Glinda to rewrite the history and brand her friend as wicked. The heartbreak. The climax of the trailer and the promise of the film's emotional turning point is the confirmation of their separate paths. The key moment shown in the trailer is the exchange that sets up the iconic song For Good, where the two women acknowledge their inevitable separation but celebrate the lasting impact they had on each other's lives. This is not a triumphant ending. It is a devastating acceptance of necessary sacrifice. The narrative intent of the trailer is to leave us with the image of Glinda crying. This isn't happy crying. It is the grief of a choice made, a friendship lost, and a truth ignored. The true tragedy of Wicked is realized in that moment. The good witch is the one who suffers the greater pain because she knows the truth about the wicked witch and has chosen to live the lie. Conclusion. The Wicked for Good final trailer is a cinematic triumph that guarantees an emotional, visually stunning, and politically relevant film. It successfully leverages the enormous talent of its leads and the universal appeal of its core themes. The narrative promises to explore the cost of idealism against the comfort of conformity, assuring us that the story is not just about flying monkeys and green skin, but about the profound, devastating power of the stories we choose to believe.